Today is Wednesday, February 13th. I am 1 week post-op from my vertical sleeve gastrectomy and hiatal hernia repair. My last update, I was on heavy drugs, and I'm pretty impressed that I did that well. I'm in a lot less pain now, and on a lot less medication now, and generally feeling good. The pain, sorry, I wrote notes for myself, that's why I keep looking down. Okay, and I went over, I have 3 incisions on the left side. These are small little incisions, 2 staples each, they're not a big deal. One on the top, and one larger one on the right hand side. That's where they cut through the muscle. Warning now, this is going to be a little graphic. They cut through the muscle to be able to pull out that portion of my stomach that they removed. So where they cut through that muscle, it kind of had to stretch a little bit to get that stomach out. And I have a picture of that, so look away now if you're grossed out easily. But this is a picture of them removing my stomach, and it's going up and out of the body. So that's it being pulled out, if you can see that without the glare. That is definitely where the majority of the pain was coming from when I was in the hospital. When I got home, it's bruised. Now the pain is coming from the hiatal hernia repair. So I've been trying to wean myself off the medication. I don't like being on pain medication. I had my post-op appointment today, and the doctor told me I'm trying to wean way too early, and that he's glad I'm not having pain on that right side, but that hiatal hernia, essentially I had 2 different surgeries, so it's too soon for me to try to be weaning myself off of that yet. So that explains the pain that I was having, especially yesterday. So I'm going to try to stay on top of my meds more. Hopefully I'll start to get adjusted so I'm not so freaking loopy when I'm on them. I'm on Norco right now, so yeah. So post-op appointment, really good. I am down 18 pounds. I'm very happy about that, especially because when I came home from the hospital I was up 10 pounds. So that was, I shouldn't have gone on the scale. I should have just waited for my doctor appointment. But with all the fluids they pump you with, the air, it was just, I mean, my stomach was huge when I came home. So, yeah, so down 18 pounds now. I'm happy with that. I got the staples taken out today. That was like instant relief. Once those were taken, all the pinching was gone. So I'm really happy with the 4 little scars. I actually don't even know if they'll even be noticeable. They're probably like a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch each, and by the time they heal I don't even think that they'll even be noticeable. The one on the right's a little bit larger, again where they pull out the stomach. That one's probably inch and a half maybe. Still not bad at all. Nothing compared to my C-section scar. So doctor just said make sure I'm exercising at least 30 minutes a day. I've been out walking every day, 3 to 4 times a day, with the kids around the neighborhood. So it's been good. It's so good to get out and get air. One of my favorite parts besides the weight loss was I was released to full liquids today. So no more clear liquids. I swear I will never drink a cup of broth for the rest of my life. I'm just over it after this many days of it. So, so nice to be able to think about soup. So, yes, very excited. I was exhausted. I went to the post-op appointment. I stopped by work just to have a quick meeting that I needed to have, and then, it wasn't that quick, but it was as quick as it could be. And then since I was released to full liquids, I'm like, I'm going by the store and I'm getting some soup. By the time I got home, I was just wiped out. Having so little caloric intake every day, it just does not take much for me to be just exhausted. So totally fatigued, needed a nap, feel better now. But I just, like the doctor said, I'm only going to probably be able to do, when I go back to work, half days, just because it's going to take me a while to get adjusted to my intake and what I'm doing. So, big praise has been being able to sleep in my own bed. I think last night was the 2nd night out of the recliner. and into my bed, being able to sleep on my stomach. That's been amazing. Disappointment, when I was in the hospital, when I first got home, food, I was having huge aversions, wasn't even interested, didn't even like the look of it, didn't want anything, but my appetite has returned. Well, not my appetite, my desire for food. I can't even, like tonight I had a little bit of soup and I got like a fourth of a cup in and I was like burping and I'm full. So it's not like I have this huge appetite that I'm trying to satisfy. It's like, you know, so many loved ones are so awesome and have been bringing food for Jimmy and the kids, and I thought I wouldn't be bothered by it at all. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. And the reason, so many people had told me that wasn't going to be the case, that, oh yeah, I wasn't even hungry for a year and blah, blah, blah. And what the doctor explained was that, well, we cut out the portion of the stomach where the hunger hormone is produced. The hunger hormone is ghrelin, but there's still, that hormone is still in your system. It's still in your body. It has to work its way out, so that can take some time with certain people. So I'm one of the lucky ones that gets to wait for that to go away. So that's been frustrating. But today weighing in was like, okay, it's worth it. I can keep doing it. So I think the hardest part of this is not going to be the food for me. I feel like nothing will be harder than this last week has been. Like, nothing will be harder than being on liquids while your family is getting amazing food and amazing desserts right underneath your nose. I think I'm going to be okay with all that. I feel like I've gone through so much, and there's nothing I would do to compromise or sacrifice that, or put myself at risk. I think I'm more concerned about the emotional stuff. Like, yesterday was a great day, today was a great day. The 2 days before that, I was really struggling. And what happens when you lose a large amount of weight, especially like rapid weight loss, hormones are stored in the fat. So when you lose a large amount of weight, your body like experiences like a hormone dump, and they just dump into your system, and there's like nowhere for them to go. It's kind of like after you have a baby, you know, the hormones just get out of whack, and so you deal with all the emotional. And I did a lot of research before the surgery to prepare myself for all the stages that you go through emotionally. And the first one being, you know, that what did I do to myself? And I didn't experience that. I'm just preparing myself for the next stages, but I can just see just how I was a couple days ago when I didn't think I would feel that way. Kind of like a, well, this is wrong, and my incision might be infected, which it wasn't, and I panicked for nothing. Just jumping to conclusions, and I just need to be really good about just focusing back on God, and keeping my emotions in check. So that would be the biggest thing I'm concerned about, is the emotional part being the biggest challenge. But that's going to be a part of me walking with God on that. So I think that's all I have. Carter, my kids, since the day we told him I was having surgery, have been, Mommy, you're not getting smaller yet. Mommy, you're not shrinking. Mommy, you know, when are you going to get smaller? And for the first time this morning, Carter said, Mommy, I think you look a little smaller today. And so I was like, okay. And so I just thought that was cute. But I don't really have anything else. Oh, I should have. Yeah, the only thing that's changed, I'm on, it's called Appt, and it's a vitamin I take 4 times a day now. So that little it's like a little wafer, and I take that breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then bedtime. And that little thing was actually filling me up while I was on the liquid diet. So that was one of my parts where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm now bound myself to eating this 4 times a day, but it actually tastes really good, and it was filling me up. So I think that's the only other change I haven't reported on. Whatever I can't think of, I will share on the next one. And if anybody, I never know exactly what to say on these, and oh, I went way over today. If anybody has anything like that you want me to share or that you want to know about, then tell me so that I can make sure I post that on the next one. So just write it in the comments and I'll make sure to cover it. But somebody had asked for me to show that picture of my stomach. That's the only reason I did it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thanks so much. Till next time.